What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Elliott Delp. This is
Sparky.
Back again like you never left. And today we're going to be doing a video on the PSA AK-V. This is a little 9mm.
Cute one.
Very cute, actually. One of the cutest ones we have. AK platform Pistola.
Oh boy.
Pistola, as you see, very much a brace, not a stock. This is a sweet little gun put out by PSA. It's been out for quite some time now. It's very interesting and it's very unique and something that, you know, I just really wanted to get my hands on. We do want to give a few disclaimers because it's really important that we tell you guys how we get the stuff, where the stuff's come from, and how all this stuff happens for, you know, for your sake. Transparency disclaimer. PSA did send out the pistol for today's video. We do have a relationship with PSA. We do like their stuff quite a bit and we recommend it. We've been recommending it way before we even had a relationship with them. Second thing, Primary Arms. So big thank you to Primary Arms. They did help us with the accessories on today's build, minus the aim point. So this Surefire light up here and
the slang.
And then big thank you to Basement Operator Company for the aim point T2.
Some generous guys.
And then last but not least, the suppressor from Otter Creek. So there's the disclaimers. They're really important to get out there so you guys know where the stuff's coming from and how we get it. So let's go tip to butt, as Flannel Daddy does himself. As you will see, this is not part of the actual AK-V. This is a lithium 9mm suppressor from Otter Creek Labs. It's actually pretty sweet. First 9mm suppressor we've had on the channel. Big shout out to Otter Creek Labs.
Thank you.
Go check them out. They actually make some pretty sweet stuff. This was highly recommended. Actually came recommended from Colt at 801 Weapon Works. He's like, you really need to get
this guy.
Yeah,
that guy
right there. Big shout out to Colt. That's what we've been running on it. It's been running pretty great. The actual comp that came on it, I didn't really see a big need to keep it on there.
Flash can looking thing?
Yeah, it was one of the flash can looking things. I'm honestly not a big fan of it.
It just throws a fireball.
Yeah, so we had to swap it out. The swap was pretty easy. There's a little detent right here.
A little spring.
Yeah, a little spring. Honestly, you detent that and the muzzle brake came right off.
Right off, yeah. It's like just a lock.
Yeah.
Holds you in place.
It wasn't like that SIG we took off. Good grief.
You had to heat it up and put the ugga-dugga.
Oh yeah, it was miserable. Working back from there, you have a 10.5-inch 9mm barrel. You have a complete rail, and actually this rail actually extends a little bit past the barrel, so you can see that the suppressor is recessed a little bit. So the rail system extends a little bit out. It's complete M-lock. It offers 2 Picatinny pieces up at the very top. You can see we have our light here on one of them and then nothing here on the other. And then there's QD points built into the pick section, which I like it a lot.
Gives you some options.
Yeah, it gives you some options. And then here on the other side, as you go right past the pick section, you have a clip for a sling if you weren't running
QD.
A QD.
Click it in and go for it.
So the rail system's actually really, really nice.
It's pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
You can beat it up.
Really, really pretty.
Yeah.
I think it really sets the tactical look for it, you know.
The other disclaimer, this gun used to be all black.
Yeah. That is another thing. PSA actually didn't know I was spray painting it.
Surprise.
Surprise. PSA typically has a really nice finish on their guns. This one was no exception. We just really thought that the
there was a whole rack of
spray
black
paint.
Firearms. And then there was a can of OD green sitting there. Like,
so we were like, you know what, some Tiger Stripes would do this thing good. And I think it turned out great. The gun took to the spray paint really well. Actually, you can see I didn't clean it enough. So there's a little oil and it's starting to wear a good bit. And this is also on the side that the plate carrier sits. So it'll wear a little bit more anyway on that side. But we did spray paint it green and it does look pretty sweet. Moving past the rail, you have traditional, you know, sights. Nothing insane. I really don't have a lot to say about it. Sparky, there's something we should tell them that we're doing. Hunter has been working on it. We're going to do safety third giveaway. All right, so the safety third giveaway, if you don't know, we get a lot of boomers here on the channel.
Safety should always be the third thing you think about.
Safety's third. All right, it's definitely not first and definitely not important.
I got all my fingers.
So if you want to get an awesome safety third t-shirt, pop it up somewhere, Hunter, all you have to do is tag us in an Instagram post of you wearing your PPE, either on the job site, at the range, in the bedroom. I don't care where you're wearing your PPE, just tag me and Basement Operator Company in the photo And if we like it enough, we'll send you a PPE shirt free of charge.
Get creative, but not like too creative.
Yeah, it has to be able to be posted to Instagram. We're going to be doing that sporadically throughout the summer. So,
and disclaimer, we're not encouraging you to do sketchy things without PPE.
yeah.
Disclaimer.
We want to see your protection. All right, we want to make sure you're protected and to piss off the boomers. Right. Moving back to the receiver, it has a stamped receiver, and then here you start to get in the meat and the bones of the AK-V itself. So the AK-V takes 9mm. They have Soviet Arms, Soviet Arms is a branch of PSA. They have their own 9mm 35 round magazine. These are compatible with CZ Scorpion.
So if you have a CZ Scorpion
and you have a bunch of these magazines, you can also use those too.
These mags are well made.
Yeah, they're really nice.
They're sturdy, they don't feel cheap.
They're very thick plastic mags.
Not gonna break them.
No. So I'm a big fan of the magazine. And the ability to hold 35 rounds is,
Gives you more opportunities to miss.
Yeah. Is that how we were saying it?
Oh yeah.
And then we also have the ALG trigger. So this kind of is one of the reasons that this is more expensive. So the AK-V runs about $1,100 to $1,000, give or take, which is a fairly high price point, especially when a lot of PSA's rifles and guns
are sub $1,000.
Are sub $1,000. You're usually shooting in that $600-700 mark.
Yeah.
And this is the a little bit pricier option, but it has an ALG trigger, which is a stupid nice trigger
for an AK.
For an AK. The other AKs we have from PSA also have ALG triggers in them, and they've ran great. I've always been a big fan of them, and I mean, I don't think I
can't complain with that trigger. I like it. I like it's got a lot of flat surface area, which is nice. And it's just crisp. There's not a lot of play in it. No. Not a lot of travel. It's
actually an enhanced ALG trigger.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
So I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite thing. Well, besides the overall firearm, that's probably one of my favorite things about it.
Make sure if you're getting one, I don't know if they come standard, but make sure you're getting one with an ALG trigger, because I think it makes a really, really big difference in having a good, nice trigger in your AK. Because we've had AKs before that don't have the ALG triggers. AK triggers are not the best triggers.
It just leaves some to be desired.
Yeah. Moving back to the end of the receiver, you have a Picatinny piece that's integrated, and then you have your tri-fold brace. The brace,
SB.
I wouldn't say it's anything anything great. One of the things I would like to, I guess, would appreciate is if there was some sort of QD something back there.
Integrated, be right here on the bottom would be nice.
Yeah, or integrated somewhere within the pick piece right there. Just something so that I don't have to makeshift right here on how to attach the sling. That's the only thing I would change about it. And then, so what you could do is if you wanted to spend a little bit more money, Strike Industries makes a really, really nice brace that is bifold. So it does have QD, folds each way.
Oh man.
We should have done that. I should have swapped that out.
Go both ways?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
That's reserved for hunters. The Strike Industries brace is a really nice brace. We used it on the Quickie build. I don't know if you saw the name for that one.
I like that.
Yeah. I know, right?
Yeah,
but the Strike Industries brace was really nice. So
there's an option you want.
There's an option right there. Let's talk about the attachments now and how we have this thing set up. But before we do, I want to give a big shout out to one of the biggest supporters of the video today, HRT Tactical. HRT Tactical did sponsor today's video. So
thank you.
Big thank you to them. We run a lot of their stuff. As you can see, we have their chest rig right here. We typically run their rack plate carrier, the A-track carrier, and then a lot of their chest rigs with the shotgun placker and
you got a real nice windbreaker.
Yeah, real nice windbreaker.
If it was a little more windy, I'd be wearing it right now.
Yeah, and lights. So big thank you to HRT Tactical. We really appreciate the support, and we thank them.
Thank you
for supporting today's video. So let's talk about what is all on the firearm today. So we have been running a blue force gear sling.
Well made. I like that. Made in the USA, baby.
It's got really nice quick adjustment feature here. This is our first blue force gear sling. We typically run a lot of Edgar Sherman, but the blue force gear is really nice. I've actually been a pretty big fan of it.
Very well made.
Yeah, I'm going to bounce this between a few more guns after we get done with this video to get my final thoughts on it. But it is a little bit thicker, but it feels like, I don't know.
It's kind of soft too, to where it's not gonna like absolutely tear you
It
up.
reminds me a little bit of the Magpul ones.
Yeah, it's just, it feels thicker, but it's very similar. I agree.
Yeah, but very well made. Very, very well made. Another thing we have is a Surefire. I think it's the 340.
The little guy.
The little guy. We have it mounted up here. And then we have the Strike Industries cable management system. So we route that, and then we have it Velcroed, the pressure pad Velcroed, and then the pressure pad wouldn't stick to the Velcro very well, so we had to
Put a little tape on it.
Little tape on it.
It'll work.
It'll work. It's nice. It's efficient. What more do you need, really?
As long as it works.
Yeah, as long as it works. So that's our light setup right here. I think that having the smaller light really fits the build. If we had something bigger, like a 640 Scout light on it,
it would look a little funky.
It would look a little funky. It would be a little much. And I think this fits it so much better, being more compact. So the smaller compact light really pairs well with the folding brace, which is...
Because you're gonna make this thing smaller.
Brutally stiff, yes, but you know, not having it extend too far out. Of course, you know, we're running a suppressor, so it is a little bit longer, but if you weren't running a suppressor, this light would pretty much sit almost flush with the little comp thing that came with it. But if you were running like a bigger 640, it would stick out a little bit further, and you know, why would you want to make it bigger?
That's right, it's overrated.
Yeah, bigger is overrated. So moving on, we kind of talked about the stock a little bit. It is brace.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Dang it. Brace. Beep. Moving on from the light, let's talk about the optic that we're running on this. So this is an Aimpoint RDS. Big shout out to Basement Operator for picking this one up.
Yeah, thank you for your support.
Yeah, Basement Operator, big thank you. We wanted to go with a nicer optic for this, something we haven't had a lot of time behind, and the RDS is one of the ones we haven't got our hands on. So we picked the RDS. We've honestly been pretty impressed with it. I mean,
I like the finish.
It has a really nice finish. There are some things I don't like about it. Like you had mentioned when we were doing all the zeroing and stuffs for this. If you don't have a tool, you can't zero it.
Yeah, unless you got
Allen key on you.
Or it's actually the little star bit, little T, whatever, T20, whatever, little bit.
That's ridiculous.
It's kind of annoying because it's got the notches in it where if you had other aim points, we got the cap. Yeah. But I took a cap off another aim point and it would...
You mean the T2?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cap for the T2 won't work on the RDS. The RDS has spots
Unless
for it.
I'm just simple-minded, but Hunter watched me do it.
Anyways, so other than the fact that it has a janky system for adjusting, it's been pretty great.
I like the dot, of course, is pretty...
It's very similar to the T2, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of difference between this and the T2 in terms of functionality. Honestly, I would say I'd probably buy more of these than the T2
oh, yeah,
just because the T2 is an extra $300-400 on top of it. RDS has seemed to been, you know,
so far so good.
So far so good, especially if you're not looking to spend all that extra money and you want a good reliable red dot. The Aimpoint.
And this is still more expensive than most.
Yeah, it is still on the top line of
like 500.
Yeah,
probably?
no, it's 500 bucks. Not many red dots come in at that price point.
No, you either go below or above.
Yeah, so I think that, you know, if you're looking for a good reliable red dot, this has definitely been one of those red dots. So I have no quarrels with it, and it's been really nice. Before we talk about that, we do need to give another shout out to another supporter of today's video, Ballistic Armor Company. Bam, our helmets.
Brain matter retention device.
Brain matter retention device. So we've been running Ballistic Armor Co helmets for quite some time. This is their new Gen 3 Bastion.
Oh boy.
Helmet. It's got a lot of new features like higher cuts. You got a higher cut here on the front so that you're not like, you can see more and it's better. It's running the M-LOK rail system here, which is a brand new system on the market today. So, I mean, it's got a lot of great features. We've actually shot it. Hunter, throw up some stuff of it getting shot.
So, we didn't get him.
No, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it did.
Oh, there it is.
Probably because he's wearing protection. It took a slug pretty good. I know it's not technically rated for a slug. It's taking 9mm. It's rated for 3A. So, you know, awesome little helmet. It's got super comfy, and we've been a big fan. We also been running their stuff for quite some time now. So we're really big fans of Ballistic Armor Co. So make sure to check them out, and we really appreciate you guys supporting today's video.
Thank you.
Let's talk about use case, Sparky.
Why would you do this?
Yeah, what would be the purpose
I can
of
think
this?
of 2 reasons.
Communism?
The 2 things I can think of why you would have it.
Clear.
Yeah, again, this be one heck of a truck gun.
Oh, it would be.
It would be one heck of a truck gun. Being compact is nice. You know, you can get it behind the seat or wherever you want to store it in your truck.
It is a pistola.
Or if you're driving a Honda Civic, you can probably hide it in there pretty well too.
Oh yeah.
It is a pistol, so you get you around that tax stamp, which is kind of nice. The other application I'd use this thing for, I can think of 3 right off the top of my head. I'm gonna change it from 2 to 3.
Truck gun?
Truck gun's number 1. Number 2 would be, or Honda Civic, depending on what you drive, you know. Even if you drive a Subaru, you can probably hide it in there too. A Rubaru. Second thing would probably, it'd be one heck of a home defense gun.
Yeah.
It checks a lot of the boxes for home defense.
You know,
CQB-ish.
You know what would be really sweet for this thing with running the Otter Creek Labs lithium can? Subs. 9mm subs.
It'd be stupid quiet.
Oh, it'd be nasty. Yeah. It'd be comparable to like 300 Blackout.
Oh yeah, for sure. So it checks all the boxes for home defense as well. Other reason, it's one fun range toy.
Oh, it's a blast.
Them 35 round mags and just start sending them. Yeah, you just start sending them. This thing is so much fun to shoot. No recoil, pretty quiet with this suppressor and standard ammo.
Oh yeah, it is stupid quiet with the lithium.
Easy to shoot. The AK platform's gonna run no matter what you put in it. And it's just fun. It's just a fun gun to play with, and it looks mean as can be.
It does look nasty. One of the things I will say is I'm becoming a PCC fiend. I love
pistol caliber carbine.
I love 9mm carbines. They're just a blast. This is our like second, third 9mm carbine on the channel. We've got 2 coming up. We're going to be doing a vector video and a MP5 video. Make sure to subscribe. But I completely agree. This is like an awesome home defense setup, especially exactly how we have it with the light.
So it checks all the boxes.
The RDS.
And you shoot 9mm, so over penetration, less to worry about.
Less to worry about.
That's diving into the weeds of it.
But I mean, for the get up, it is a reliable home defense build that can also be just an absolute blast to have on the range.
Everyone can
and it's
shoot.
So like 9mm cheap compared to 5.56. You can get really good with it, get a lot of practice with it, and I mean it can be a blast. It's something you can easily train people on.
Oh yeah. AK is a simple platform, especially if you don't have much experience with firearms. Learning an AK platform is not that bad.
No.
But if you're used to an AR platform, going to an AK platform could be somewhat.
Because AR is, I would say, a little bit more simpler than the piston system on a.
Yeah, but I mean like operating.
Oh yeah.
Operating the platform can be. If you don't have any experience, I would say the AK platform is probably easier.
Yeah.
With no experience, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, it's just an overall awesome little gun. Reliable. We haven't had no issues with it. Even after spray painting it recklessly. I mean, it's just been a good little gun. And I mean, it can really, you know, if you're looking to put up the $1,100, it could suit a lot of cases for a lot of people depending on what you want. And then if you take it a step further, get an SBR and get a nice stock on it, you could, sky's really the limit here because PSA offers that pick point on the, or not pick, yeah, well that is pick.
Yeah,
pick point on the back so you can easily swap that brace back out for a stock like the Strike Industries stock, where you don't have to take apart your receiver and, you know, mess with any of that.
They're thinking a few steps ahead.
Yeah, they're thinking a few steps ahead. So once you SBR it, you can go ahead and drop your stock on it, and then it'd be a real nasty toy.
So how much this whole kit and caboodle gonna run you?
Whole kit and caboodle right here?
As you see it now, how it was?
1,100, 1,600,
17,
another 300, 2,000.
$2,000.
We'll leave the suppressor out of it.
So $2,000 minus this, then add your suppressor.
Then add whatever suppressor you end up getting. This build will be on the website as well if you want to check this out. Well, I guess you could do 50 bucks for a stock.
You forgot the $5 can of spray paint.
Ah, $5 can of spray paint.
2005.
I mean, awesome little setup, awesome little build. We've really been impressed with it. PSA really knocked it out of the park. Speaking of PSA stuff, we've got the Crink coming.
Oh, can't wait.
Yeah, so it's basically the 5.56 version of this. I'm super stoked.
Oh yeah.
Brand new to the market this year, so make sure to subscribe so you can see that. We're super pumped for it. Big thank you to HRT Tactical and Ballistic Armor Co for supporting the video. Big thank you to PSA and Primary Arms for helping us out with this build. We've been super pleased with it. We think it's a mainstay. We hope to be running optics on it and testing stuff here on the channel with it.
Just shooting it.
Oh yeah.
It's a fun one.
No, it's one to keep, one to have, and I've been really impressed.
It's a nice one to round out the collection.
Would you change anything about it? Would you add anything to it?
SBR in it would be kind of slick.
To get a cooler brace on it?
Yeah,
or stock?
Yeah. Other than that, no.
I think for what it is, I wouldn't change a single thing about it.
It's an AK.
We'll see you guys on the next one. We appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Follow us both on Instagram.
Please.
And as always, take someone outdoors. Peace. Do I need a hat? How's my hair look?
How's my hair look?